Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of the tutorial marathon. This is how to play your deck. So first of all, you get into the game, you're presented with two choices: manual deploy, automatic deploy. So never do auto deploy, okay? Manual deploy is what you want. And you're gonna be faced here with a map. And then what you want to do first of all is look at what your enemy is playing and what income he's playing. If he's playing balanced income, then he's probably not going to do a mega rush at the start. You know, chances are there, but they're less likely. If he's playing Vanguard or Maverick, then you know he's going to push hard somewhere, so you need to be ready for that. Then you need to think, where will the enemy attack if it's on Maverick or Vanguard? And chances are it'll either be around here, but most likely it's going to be around here where the line are closest to the flags. So then you'll need to prepare some kind of bigger defense here. But in our case, he's playing, well, the AI is playing balance. So what we are going to do here, we're going to put, well, first of all, let's go look into the options here. These are my options that I use, but I think what is important here, we're gonna see something like Evac Winchester. Where is it? Here, automatic Winchester evacuation. You want to put this on no. Unless you can't double task, but the thing is, this controls your airplanes. So, well, it says here, planes will automatically evacuate after emptying their main weapons. So for fighter bombers, they'll drop their bomb and they'll leave right away. And you don't want that because it could lead them into getting destroyed. So when you get fighter bombers or whatever, when you put a plane out, your enemy will answer usually with a plane as well to try to destroy your plane. If your planes automatically disengage, he will turn either left or right, leaving him exposed to enemy fire, and often you'll lose your plane doing that. Whereas, if you see the enemy plane coming for your fighter bomber, you could micro your plane to try to get away. So you could face the enemy fighter, then the enemy fighter will just zoom past you, and then they'll be too fast to catch up with you, things like that. It leaves you a chance to get your plane to survive the battle. So, automatic Winchester evacuation, put this to no. Automatic fire on enemy supplies, you would want to, yes. Rules of engagement are, that's pretty much for you to decide. It's how the enemy will, it's how your troops will arrive, or the rule of engagement. If you put them on auto cover, then every unit you have will find cover for themselves as soon as they don't move. This is bad. Could be good for you right now, but in the long run, it's bad because you want your unit to be at a specific place, and the AI will move it away from it. And so what I do is nothing. This can cause a bug that where your infantry will have difficulty entering houses, though. So be aware of that. But I think it's better to put on nothing, so that if you put an infantry unit somewhere, it'll stay there rather than hiding somewhere else. You can use efficient shoot as well. I use max range because that's how I play, but it could be a good idea to play and fiddle your way with that. This means that they'll shoot only when it's 66% sure that they'll do some damage. So, you know, this could be good. Each to his own, right? Okay, so first of all, you want to plan when you do things like that. Now, we know that our enemy is most likely going to come here, or at the very least, he's going to be using these two houses, because that's the logical step to do. You need to think at what's your enemy's position logical step will be. So if you're the enemy, he's gonna want to go here, probably go here in this forest, probably go here. By the way, you bring the line of sight tool by pressing C on your keyboard. He might want to go into this forest here. He's definitely gonna come, you know, he's probably gonna put an anti-tank gun here down the road. He's probably gonna, you know, do the same thing here, put some anti-tanks to aim at the roads. He could try to ambush you by putting units here and killing your transport here with an anti-tank gun there. You know, you need to put your place in your enemy's shoes a little bit and then try to counter this. So we're gonna put an anti-tank here that will aim down his road. We're gonna, you know, take a sniper here. Put a sniper here. So not only can we see, but we can also shoot the enemy. And the sniper is going to be supported by a machine gun right here. Machine gun can shoot at 1,000 meters. These are the Soviet ones. And the German one can shoot at 1,200 meters. So you got to be careful for that. But in this case, doesn't change much. So this is a classic opening here. Sniper, machine gun, M42, anti-tank there. They could be two recons. I mean, sorry, two machine gun there. On what else should you think while you're doing your deployment? Yeah, have a plan. So you want to have a plan. This would be our defensive plan, and maybe we want to attack here. So in this case, we're gonna take some rapid troops, fast-moving troops. And we're going to try to get there before the enemy gets there. And we might try to hope that he doesn't have fast-moving vehicles as well. You know, and then with these flamers, they're going to be supported by two machine guns. Oh, and by the way, let's say you got these, you choose these two machine guns. Just press tab and you'll cycle through them. And then you'll, both of them. One guy, the other guy, both of them. So you can give orders just to him here. And we'll tell him to unload right in the middle of the street. He's got 1,000 meter range, so he's going to be able to shoot the enemy as they arrive here. Press tab, click the other dudes, and the other dude could go, you know, right here. So he could shoot enemy infantry that will pop here. And he can also shoot down the road, helping this dude. So this is a good plan. We're gonna come in with anti-tank as well. Anti-tank will, you know, will make him go just a little bit further. We don't have any anti-air in phase A, so we're gonna use at least one Yak-9T. But it's good to use fighters together. But they are expensive. When you put out your troops in the deployment, you really need to start thinking about the availability of your points, which is 720. 720 points, and you need to put as much troop down as possible. So don't buy expensive tanks. Don't get a lot of expensive stuff. Just get the cheapest things you can, as much as you can, and then you should be good. So, machine gunner here would be good with one flamer. That's good enough defense for this area. Then we'll get a machine gunner here, and maybe we'll want another one here. But we'll put him further, because you see the 1,000 meter range, so he might as well be as far away as possible, about that. So this will allow us to shoot incoming infantry that might pop their head around here and might want to cross to this bit of forest. Actually, we might make it just a little bit higher here. So now you can shoot all the infantry coming down here. And you can see as well, by putting machine gun there, you're going to be seeing the map as well. They're going to be used as recon. So this is good. But our attack is here. So now we've put some defensive units around. There's not a lot here, but usually it should be enough. I guess you could complement that by putting an anti-tank gun, you know, here. or it could be here, you know, as well. It could be here. Here would serve only the purpose of shooting down, you know, vehicles that could be around there. There's a lot of place to put your anti-tank. You could put one here, and then you could put another one here. And then if a tank comes down this road, it'll get shot by both sides, which will significantly up your chance of killing it. Usually you would put some anti-air defense as well, because just one fighter bomber could destroy these. But in this case, we don't have. So now that leaves us with 255 points to attack here. We are going to use our strong tank. So one strong tank with 90mm armor and one cheaper one. And I'm not saying they are strong tank. The T-34-76 are not strong tank by any means. But he's a little bit stronger than the other one we have. So we'll use two of these dudes. And we'll put a decent anti-tank too as well. So there's a small anti-tank here for AFTRACs, for things like that. They even have HE shells so they can shoot down infantry. And then we'll put a bigger anti-tank that can shoot at... Wait. It's important to look at the AP shells. 1,500 meters. So, you know, we could easily put it down here. And that should be good enough cover. And then, you know, we're gonna put a sniper because it's fast. It's a fast unit. Oh, sniper coming in Jeep. I must have forgotten to put them in motorcycle. But anyway, we're gonna put a sniper. And we're gonna give them the these are all orders to unload at position, by the way, by pressing the Y button. And but the snipers, we're gonna tell them to move fast here, and then we're gonna shift right click, so he's gonna move fast here, and then he's gonna move here, and then we're gonna shift unload at position here. And that's another thing you do in deployment. It's the orders. And that's your engagement rule. So orders, hunt, quick hunt, move fast, you know, all of these guys are pretty useful. You want to use the move fast order or the unload at position. If you do unload at position for infantry, he's going to move fast until he unloads at position. With tanks, you would want to do quick hunt. Quick hunt gives the order to destroy a target or move to a destination and stop to engage any enemy unit in view. Sorry, I should have brought water, but I don't. So your tanks are going to move fast while hunting, and if they see someone, they're going to stop. While that could be a good idea here down the road, if the enemy has brought a powerful AT, your tanks could die right away. So what I want to do, what I usually do with my tanks, is I give them the move fast order so that they get out of threat sight. They get out of danger as quick as possible, and then, so we're going to do that here, as quick as possible. And then we're going to shift and press Q. Q here is the attack order, hunt. And then we'll have them to hunt right up to here. And this will give them a very good anti-infantry role. So we don't want to use our tanks to destroy other tanks. We have anti-tank guns for that. You want to use your tanks for infantry support role as much as possible. And then, you know, we got lots of points here to spend. We got Saperi, PPSH. We're going to use these guys because they are fast. And then we're going to use a Tanko Descentniki. So first of all, let's take these dudes. We're going to put them right in front. We're going to press tab and select each and every one special role here. So we got two that will unload here. And then we're going to have the Tanko Descentniki, which might survive better because of the half-shaft, to also unload here. And why do we do that is because these guys, they're all CQC, so we want them in the forest, you know. Oh, didn't I have a sniper here? This sniper doesn't go anywhere. Here. There you go. And so this is a good deployment. There's defensive measures and there's an attack somewhere going on. So this is how you would want a play. Let me just go check my list real quick. Smoke push, counter battery. Counter battery, I already have that in my artillery tutorial though. Tank micro, supporting tank, AA placement, air micro. Alright, so we're gonna start the game. So you want to get there as fast as possible. You don't want to waste any time. All of these are on move fast or unloaded position orders. There, advance this a little bit. Now we're usually going to start seeing the enemy close to their flags. Maybe not against the AI, I don't know. So there you go. Now we start seeing enemy. Let's press pause for a second. We start seeing the enemy. One thing you could do is take your first Ognomechiki or first flamer, press U or unload, but the default keyboard is U. We're gonna press U, and now he's unloaded, and we're gonna press B. What B does is it's gonna use the smoke here. So all flamethrowers units have smoke, and B is to use that smoke. So we're gonna put on the map right here, and then it's gonna protect everyone incoming from being shot at. Well, there's actually, in this case, would have been to our advantage to let them come because we do have anti-tank and machine gun and more anti-tank. But I just wanted to show to you that the flamers, they do have smoke, and you use them by pressing B, and then you select where you want the smoke to go. So let's bring in, and that's another thing you can do during the battle is you can shift, you can queue orders. So you see there what I did. I take my flamer, I press Q for hunt, I press shift before clicking, and so I'm gonna. No, wait, actually, that's not what I do. I press Q for hunt. I click somewhere. Now, you see the yellow? That's hunt. That's the hunt from the flamer. Then I'm going to press shift to stack up the orders. I'm going to repress Q, and then I can tell him to go there, tell him to go there, do that, and then I can tell him to put smoke here, and then I can tell him to go there. I don't want him to do that, so I'm going to tell him to move there with the right click of the mouse, press shift. I'm going to tell him to put smoke here because the enemy could shoot you from that opening, and then I'm going to tell him to attack there and attack there. So this sounds like a lot of micro, and you would be right, but you really get used to that a lot, and my best advice to you is to practice this while playing the AI. You want your units to stop. You don't want them to move too fast. You want to micro your unit very well. So here we're going to unload the sniper. He's going to start shooting at these guys. He's getting shot by a lot of people here, but that's okay. We're going to tell him to shoot at the Panzer Grenadier. This tree can shoot HE shells like artillery, so you take them and you order them. Oh shit, this dude's gonna die for sure. We've lost our sniper as well. Time to bring some more infantry support role. Now, while all of this is happening, you need to keep a look as well at your other place. Don't get tunnel vision. The enemy has brought a lot of T-34 double star here. The Zistri could destroy these guys, but he could easily get overwhelmed as well, but we will see. But it's good to not have tunnel vision, but if you see just something like that real quick, then you know you do have anti-tank, so just go back right here, because the key important factor here in your opening is making sure your attacks succeed. Then, if the enemy is pushed somewhere else, then you can do something. What the hell happened here? Oh yeah, the AI. So I told this dude to unload here, and the AI actually went there to unload and will make him walk all the way. You need to watch out for this. This is completely ridiculous. Imagine if we had 2 of them shooting at them. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, your main concentration should be your attack. So let's keep going here. We're gonna tell these dudes to attack, except for the half-tracks will come here for support. These tanks, we're gonna move them fast here. Stop shooting because we don't have line of sight anymore. Actually, we're gonna bring this half-track here. And now, if you see what I did here, I took the half-track, I right-click, you know, you can move around your, if you stay clicked on right-click, you can decide his facing position. I want him facing that way. Now, this guy we're gonna fall back, because if you see your troops are getting pinned down, click on them, press R, that's gonna be for falling back. And now it's definitely gonna be time to bring some anti-tank around here, so because we're getting a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe even some good counter in the forms of tanks. Here he looks like he's gonna rush his tank, so we can bring some troops with anti-tank. But you know, make sure our attack here is successful, and then we can start looking elsewhere. Press Y, tell him to unload fast there. Press Y, tell him to unload fast here. We're actually gonna bring... Oh fuck, they're gonna get shot at. They might die. One dies. One survives. Okay, we're gonna hide here because he's pushing really hard and we don't want one tank engaging these 4. This machine gun is doing his job here, but it's gonna get shot down by these guys. So we're gonna press R for retreat. We're gonna bring anti-tank device on their left, on their right.
Готово, товарищ. Все поняли. Отбой. Жду приказа. Жду ваших приказов, товарищ капитан. А Берлин, товарищи. Еще один готов.
Then you can move your units around as well, but we're not gonna move too much here because we want to stay busy on this flank. But anyway, this is how you pretty much make an opening, and then you try to deal with what's happening at the same time. Now we're gonna start to bring artillery into the mix in the form of mortars. So we'll advance these dudes, advance the time.
Вижу противника.
So now that the enemy has overwhelmed us here, or about to, we'll want to bring infantry, but it's pretty dangerous because they could be, now he did bring his tanks from here to there, but they could be tanks here, they could be machine guns the enemy's brought forward with him, they could be anti-tank guns, they could be a lot of things. So we're gonna first tell our artillery to put some smoke here, and you can shift Q as well. We're gonna put him on return fire,
Орудие заряжено
and we're
и
gonna put
готовы.
more smoke around here. More smoke here on return fire as well, and then we're gonna tell our infantry to move in, and we're gonna take back this position. And we're gonna wait for these guys to get a little bit closer before we tell our mortars to use their artillery.
Жду ваших указаний.
Okay, so we did kill someone here. Who's that? Oh no, that's one of our own.
Слышу вас хорошо.
Now you see, there's no reason to freak out right now. So the enemy does have a couple of flags, but there's still 31 minutes left before you lose. So you know you can chill a bit, and you can do think about your next move rather than just throwing everything in the mix. So these guys are about to come soon. We're gonna put the smoke. We're gonna move our tanks forward. Try to see what's happening by bringing our Maxim forward. Maybe we're gonna use a the A10 as well, a armored recon vehicle, to help these dudes come in.
Да, товарищ. Артиллерия ждет приказа.
All right, now we've got the smoke.
Враг близко.
These guys are gonna come in.
Орудие. Чёртова американская радиостанция не хочет работать. Слышу
Let's
вас
try to
хорошо.
attack all together. Actually, let's wait because now our eyes have left. Oh, okay.
Увидите
These guys are gonna engage him, so we're gonna move these guys forward. He's gonna die quick though, but there you go, there you go. So now these guys are gonna have to move left or right, and they're gonna expose their flanks, and they're gonna die easily. Oh, these guys arrived. Let's unload them.
В нас попали.
Let's move them forward.
Взвод построен и ждет приказа.
All right. Well,
Товарищ.
they didn't all die easily, but the Panzer Trees is really fucking us over here.
Ан горит. Да, товарищ.
Let's retreat from.
Попали.
Never mind. And we're gonna move everyone. Tell everyone to move. This guy's gonna help us real good now.
Готовы сравнять их с землей, товарищ.
So the enemy has brought tanks everywhere. We're gonna put some Sapiris, anti-tank
Борис,
troops.
ложись! Так,
They're just here. We're gonna move this dude aside.
зацепили!
This is still doing strong. The enemy will have his focus where he's leading. So while the enemy is focusing on where he's winning, he's not really gonna push these parts much. We're losing, but we still got 14 minutes, so nothing to be worrying about. We're gonna bring some troops here. Hope they don't die. No, I want it here.
Доложить нечего.
He will die.
Все наружу.
These guys can see us.
Пора!
Oh,
Пошевеливайтесь!
we don't have clusters. Anti-tank. Oh, I thought we were in phase B. Okay, we're still in
Товарищ
phase A.
командир. Выпущу вас там. Ваши указания.
Alright, so we're gonna move on the
Второй
side with
взвод.
these troops. We don't need
Выдвигаемся.
everyone here.
Взвод построен и ждет приказа.
Now we're gonna retreat. So to retreat, press G on your keyboard. G is the quick hotkey to move. You did die here. That's okay. You gotta be aggressive too a little bit.
За родину!
Still in phase A. So we're gonna put this dude in the houses.
Да,
We're gonna
товарищ
capture
капитан.
the forest with these guys.
Борис,
We are going to win this engagement because we've got veterancy. We
Так
might not
точно.
win this one though. take the plane
Сделали!
and use it as support.
Готовы сравнять их с землей, товарищ.
There you go, now retreat it right away, because you don't need it for further uses.
Жду приказов.
So we're not doing bad here. He does have anti-air, so we need to be careful about this.
Прямое попадание. Ваша
I'm
карета вас
gonna
ждет,
unload right
товарищ.
here. Okay, so he's got anti-air, by the way. So you want to definitely use your mortar to target these guys. And we've covered the smoke push. What else do we need to cover here? Air micro, AA placement. AA placement, there you go. Now we can. Now, you're afraid the enemy will use its air or whatever. You need anti-air. You don't want to put these in heavy forests. You don't want to put them in light forests. Because their field of view is going to get hampered. These guys got 2.5k range. So you want to use them far away. You know, like this one there. And try to use them in pairs as well. You could use them at the edge of forest like that, but it's not the best option available. You could use one here, but you know the enemies do have tanks around here, so you gotta be careful. So there's one here. Let's put one here as well. And then to protect this anti-air, we're gonna use a Maxim machine gun here and one here, because you know by putting it there, the enemy could start shooting at it with whatever. And we do have some ZIS-2 anti-tank gun now. We're gonna use a couple of them. We know the tanks are here, so we're gonna use 2 of these guys with some recon. There you go, that should be good.
Взвод построен и ждет приказа.
These 2 there. Artillery is gonna shoot there. Air micro. Yeah, let's talk about air micro as well. Air micro. We're gonna wait till we get a PE tree before we start doing the air micro thing.
Приказа. Горит.
As soon as you choose your, as soon as you bring your units forward, go to them as fast as possible. Press Y, which will be unloaded position, and unload them.
Доставлю вас туда в доли секунды.
And press unload here.
Такси готово.
Help.
На Берлин,
We need help from
товарищи.
the T-34-76.
Привычники.
Fuck, we lost one. Is this two? Remove the HE from the T-34. You want him to start targeting these tanks. Oh shit! There's a bigger dude there. That's a Panzer III.
Нас
It's gonna
потери.
destroy us.
Товарищи
Anti-air is here with the Maxim machine gun. So you've got a nice little, you know,
двигайся, бойцы.
anti-air defense here. Now we really need to deal with these dudes. Jesus Christ.
Жду приказов. Еще один готов.
I guess we're gonna have to bring more. Let's wait and see. We're in no hurry here. Kakijiki with the PTRD are going to destroy this as they can tell.
Противника.
So far so good. We still got 24 minutes before there's a defeat on our part, so we don't need to stress right away. Here, let's take 2 Su-85 with a
Борис, ложись.
leader that's gonna put them to 3-star.
Жду ваших приказов, товарищ капитан.
Let's retreat him. Oh yeah, we wanted to get a PE tree.
Если там фрицы, то мы их обнаружим. Мы слушаем.
Цепью вперед! Вижу противника.
There you go. You want to check. This guy will not be able to shoot at the ZIS-2, so that's going to be good for us. He's going to have to engage us one by one. Unload. Shoot at this dude. Remove the HE from the anti-tank gun. Counteract his mortars. It's going to be wild. Well, there you go. There's the P2. Airplane. Now, you don't want to just forward your planes and get them to die together, especially if there's an enemy airplane. Put a fighter, bring him here. Put another fighter, bring him here. And then you got both of your fighters that are going to be... Oh, sweet. Both of your fighters are going to be at places different. So if the enemy fighter comes for you, then with your fighter here, you can come behind him. And with this fighter, you really want to micro... Whoa. You really want to micro your airplanes. These guys are valuable, they're expensive, and you want to micro them. So to turn better, you know, you need to tell them to continuously turn better. And try to get behind the enemy, and then click on attack the enemy, kill that guy, then turn around, try to get another one. You know, don't lose sight of your airplanes because they could get killed by enemy flak. What you can do as well is keep the enemy flak busy, and now look, now it's going to get engaged by the PE3, the Yak-9T, and another Yak-9T, all at different angle. So he's only going to be able to shoot and suppress one of your planes rather than all of them. But he does have more, because you see now they're getting shot by multiple people, so there's more flak somewhere. But at least we have eyes on this one, and we were able to pin it down. And then maybe we want to get another Yak-9T and try to finish the job. Our mortars started shooting at his mortars, which is what you would want to do. Bring more machine guns around here. Now's the time to advance. There you go. Now this is dead. We're gonna evac. Doesn't look like doesn't look like there's another AA. Looks like he was the lone one there. Anyway, with the recon here, double star, we can see he's got troops in the forest. So earlier we almost died with our tank here. We could have saved this transmission damage from just having a recon here to see what the enemy has. Don't forget the Saperi. Now this recon is also 3 stars, so that's going to be good. There's going to be some machine gun from us. Select, press Y, unload, press tab to select the second machine gun. Always use the line of sight. Unload there, press tab to choose the third machine gun. Go there, just in case he's got infantry all around here. Bring your anti-tank forward. Start to bring some infantry into the forest here. There's tanks around here, so you want to use an anti-air. The enemy could try to kill you whenever with his anti-air. There is indeed flamers here. We're going to use our planes to deal with that threat. He survived. We're going to shoot him again. Tell them to retreat right away. So I don't think we need to go any further than this. Basically, this is how you want to play and think your play style, and this is how you want to do it. And you see, we've captured this early. This is his flag, and he never really came back for it. Some players will do that, so it's accurate. Other player will fight hard for their flag, which they should. And yeah. So I will leave you on that. This will be part 2 of the tutorial. Hope this helps, and I will see you later. Goodbye.